You're live.
Hi, this is Rob from Milkman Recording Studios in Raw Milk, and I'm with Sheeza. Sheeza will be performing on Friday, January 15th, on the Raw Milk live stream. We're happy to have you, and thank you for doing the interview.
Thank you. I'm glad to be doing it myself.
I'm really looking forward to it. We've got I think I don't do you are you familiar with Keller&Cole?
I listened to a few of their songs. I like to be a little bit familiar with someone I'm sharing a stage with,
Right, right.
and really impressive. You
Yeah,
know,
I really enjoy them, and they're good people too. I've known them for a while, and it's a pleasure to meet you. By the way.
thank you. You too. I think we've been friends on social media, but this will be exciting to work together.
Yeah.
Always impressed with what you are aligned with.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and likewise. For starters, tell me a little about yourself, about the band Sheeza, and also I noticed the Black Lives Matters mask, and I appreciate it very much. And I wondered if you wanted to talk about that. So
Yeah. Well, like you said, my name is Sheeza. That's spelled Sheeza. It's an intentional misspelling of the phrase "she is a," which pays homage to like female empowerment and leadership. I lead a band of with three other people. We're from Lafayette, and we were touring a lot before COVID, but obviously, like a lot of other artists, that's kind of slowed down. But we still have a lot of things in the works, still practicing, and just trying not to encourage people to congregate. So we're participating in getting away from this pandemic. Um, I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter mask in my own house, in my space where I create, just because I know that I have a platform, and I think it's important for people um, to use that to, express um, a future that they think is positive. And I don't think it's a political statement, and I don't think wearing a mask is a political statement either. I think that they're just facts, and I think it's encouraging to a lot of people to see that Black lives still matter, and that the movement and the ideology is still there. And thank you for your solidarity. Oh my gosh, that's my mom. Thanks, mom. I thought I turned off all the notifications, but yeah, thank you for the solidarity, is what I meant to say.
I was pleased. You did ask about that, and I appreciated you asking too. But man, was I pleased to hear you wanted to do that. It's part of what we want to do. Um, and I agree, it's not a political statement at all. And then when it's made into one, it really hurts things. So the mask, I mean, wearing the mask, and honestly, the Black Lives Matter, it is a political statement because it's in politics, but it's just that's what it is. I mean, it shouldn't even.
Yeah, I think it's factual. It's a factual sentence. I've said alternative sentences that are also factual. I just think that this is one that needs reiterating much more historically and in the present. And I don't want the focus to be taken away from that, because I think that is an important part of us all having justice, is us all having justice.
I agree. Well, good. Thank you. So to the music. Uh,
Yeah.
um, let's start with like, how would you describe your music?
We like to describe it as rock and soul.
Okay.
When I'm playing solo, it's a lot more intimate, obviously. When I'm playing with my band on bigger stages, it's a lot more edgy and energetic, but always melodic, but with changes that are more rock. But because of the style of my vocals, it seems a little more soulful than um, some other like alternative styles.
Right. And you're in Lafayette, is that correct? Is that what?
That's right.
When you come down here, it'll just be you this time. So if anybody's listening, and they'll be able to hear that. Where can they hear the band's music?
Yes, and we're on all your favorite music streaming sites. So we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music. We have a website, and all of our handles are the band Sheeza. And I'll take this off so you can see me enunciate. That's the band. So the band, Sheeza. Um, Snapchat, Instagram.
And
Um,
Venmo, PayPal, any of those as well, if people would like to donate. Uh,
yes, and if you enjoy the show, feel free to to be generous or thank you for even watching. But yeah, all of our Cash App handles are at the band Sheeza as well.
um, so, do you know what you'll be playing Friday?
Yes, and that's interesting because I know it's a very reasonably short set, and so you have to kind of know what songs. And I've got about 8 of them that I'm, once I get into the studio, I'll kind of have a feel of what kind of vibe I'm in,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
Well, and it's interesting too. I think I touched on this with Keller&Cole when I did an interview with them, but there's no audience. It's very strange. I mean, the audience is there, and we know they're there, but it's a very interesting, isolated position, and I think actually it can translate to how we feel. Like a lot of us being, either quarantined or working from home and rarely getting out. Personally, I'm an extrovert. I've been a sound engineer for a long time. It's a very odd feeling, and I've used the pandemic to either start a new hobby or um, hone skills that I hadn't worked on in a while. And I wondered actually if you picked up any new hobbies or if there's anything that you've done with
Yeah, so of course there was a few weeks of feeling sorry for myself. We lost our tours. I lost all of my jobs just because of the nature of the work that I was doing.
that. Right.
Um, but I always had experience in landscaping and groundskeeping. So I literally took my lawnmower and the tools that I had and reached out to some people that I knew needed help and started doing that on my own. And I have a garden outside my house now, and a lot more knowledge because of that necessity turned into a really fun opportunity. Besides that, video games and practicing just like everyone else, like you said, honing my craft, and I'm learning how to play the piano formally, and a little bit of trumpet, a little bit of violin.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of nice to have been. It forces us to step back
right.
and be introspective a bit and examine a bit, which is good. And sometimes it's. I mean, it's always good, but it's sometimes rough to do. Um, so during all this, have you been listening to music, like finding new artists or anything that you're excited about?
Yeah, because as a band and as an artist, I was so focused on my own music, I wasn't listening to that much new music. And whenever my sister would come over, like before COVID, she'd always make fun of me. And I live in Lafayette, so our music on the radio is very limited. And she showed me some resources that I've actually been listening to. A lot of local music. I've really given a chance to listen to great local artists from the Lafayette area, from Indianapolis. And then there's other, more popular artists that I've been able to enjoy, and um, yeah, lots of new music.
Uh, I'm assuming most of us do at least at some point, but one of the curious questions that we had was, what songs do you sing in the shower?
Oh gosh, I guess that's a weird question for everyone. But I know the answer. I love singing Beyonce. I love singing Beyonce, and I love singing like rapping Jay-Z songs. Especially when they're on the same track. They have a good one too. Whitney Houston is great. Paramore. Um, Anything really evocative you can dance to. Otherwise, I'm just chilling and listening to EDM or house music. I really like electronica a lot.
Learning more about it and getting into it a lot more recently. It came into, people talk about having a wheelhouse that you're good at, right? And I'm sure you have your own. It's just what you've honed, but like it's funny. Sometimes things just come into that wheelhouse. Like it's not like I went searching for it. It's yeah, this is. this is, I'm learning. I either sat in with a group that I didn't expect to sit in with, and played a different style of music and thought, actually, I really like this. I'm gonna learn how to do this, and I think it helps too because I think connecting with people's interests, especially with art and music and the things that kind of fuel them, helps to connect with them and
And
understand.
that's why it's good to have a full wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Um, it's not bad to be a jack of all trades, and to be enthusiastic about lots of different things.
right. And if we believe that what we're doing is an expression of us, and when people are listening, it's helping them express, learning about the music and other forms of art, film, visual art, dance, anything like that, I think it's a really good way to learn about people and to realize that we're pretty much the same. We just, we have different perspectives, and it's important to, it's fun even to learn those perspectives.
Right. Yeah. I think difference is exciting.
Yeah.
It really opens the door to creativity and originality like, that is the backbone of art.
Yeah, I agree. Final question before we recap. What's your favorite food?
Oh man, all it, all um, I guess I like Thai food. I really like food that's has lots of strong ethnic flavors, and I'm not scared of heat.
Right.
So take me to a Thai restaurant or a Indian restaurant, and I'm in heaven.
You order Thai hot?
Um, if I'm no, I like to go to the authentic places, so I'll go medium because I'm not that brave, and I'm trying to last the rest of the night, and
Yeah, right.
sometimes it hits your belly different than it hit your mouth.
Your whole body different. There's a good place, by the way, in town called Thai Taste. And
Hmm.
been there. Fantastic. If you
Does
haven't,
it have a red awning?
no. It's actually in a strip mall by Trader Joe up in Castleton, and they have awards when you walk in from the Thai government and from the Thai food, like from Thailand. Like they are
Oh, wow.
amazing, amazing, and super cute. They're just
Thai taste, Thai taste.
a couple.
Well, when I come down this Friday, I intended to meet up with a friend and grab some food. So I think that's where we'll go. I'll tell him you sent me.
Let
See
me know
if
what you think. Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you very much. If you don't mind, real quick, just recap your website, where people can get music, merch, and then, of course, tipping, because we need
absolutely.
support.
Well, again, my name is Sheeza. I lead a band by the same name, and you can find all of our music across all of your favorite music platforms. So Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Um, we also have a website, thebandsheeza.com, and our handle is at thebandsheeza as well. After you enjoy the show, which I'm very excited and prepared to give you something special, hopefully. And thank you again to Milkman Studios
Thank
for the opportunity. It's very uncommon to be able to perform in a safe environment and one where we can really stream a great visual and great audio for an audience. So this might be the new way, and I'm excited to be a part of this new wave.
Well, I'm excited to have you. I know we are all excited to have you, and we appreciate just supporting it by doing it with us. You can
Absolutely.
Sheeza at the site she mentioned, the band Sheeza.com. And this Friday, January 15th on Raw Milk, I believe you're performing um,
Yes.
at 8
And
p.m.
I'm excited for Keller&Cole.
Yeah,
Like I said, their music is very elegant. They're very well trained musicians. I look forward to
I
it.
think it's going to be a great night. And we encourage people to watch it on a television, listen to it on a stereo or in really good headphones. Turn it up, treat it like a concert if you can. Applaud, even though nobody's going to hear you but you. And, and interact because we love that very much. And then we will be cutting up some songs afterwards to put online, and so people can check it out after that. And we will we're working out the details on some things because there's YouTube is protecting, a bunch of people are protecting artists' music, so we have to make sure that they know that we have permission. But we will then do restreams of these things as well. So thank you very much, Raw Milk. About every other Friday, 8 p.m. And we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.